Alright, let's continue with the quest here. They're not really like connected. Well, they are connected, but they're not standing out from the rest of the quest line. It's just that I find those two parts, these two single quests here, especially interesting. So we need to head to the temple to speak with Lady Almalexia again. Does she know where the Malborn plan to attack?
The Sacred Lady doesn't share all her secrets with those who serve her, but as far as I know, no attack has yet occurred within the confines of the city.
What aren't you telling me?
We've been ordered not to discuss the entirety of the situation in public. To prevent panic, you understand. The lady summons you. Go.
I'm on my way. Yeah, wrong direction. The Seal of 3. So the quest before was a bit different from the usual hack and slay stuff. And this one will also be a little bit different. It's one of the few quests that kind of involves some thinking if you want to. I mean, you can basically go trial and error all the time. Oh wait, we're wrong here. Almalexia is not at the city center, but behind it. But yeah, so you're a living god, right? That kinda brings up some questions. There she is. Look at her hovering over the ground. There's a giant rune on the floor.
Some of my own children have betrayed me. I am rarely an angry god, but this time there shall be a reckoning.
Now I know why she's hovering, so she can look down on everybody. How can I help, sweet lady?
Rage consumes me. The Malborn invade my home, they attack my children, they attack me. You have proven yourself loyal and capable. I call upon you to serve me once more.
She has almost like a golden glow to her with that light in her hands. I'm honored, sacred lady. And this is like the heretic question. This is why I find this very interesting. Oh, I'm so tempted to do this. Yeah, let's actually do that. You're a god. What can I do that you can't? And that is like the heart, the root of everything. Why would you need anyone to help you, right?
You shall hear, though you shall never speak of it. This enemy uses guile and subterfuge. I need time to understand the threat they pose. My divine defenses have been breached and the temple has been invaded. I cannot be seen to fail.
Ah, so you can fail. That is interesting. And how can defenses fail and be breached if they're divine? If you like voice it the wrong way, you can, I don't know, lightning will strike you from above. Why do you care about appearances? Even worse question.
Appearances are everything. They
Very
feed opinion and belief, and such matters are important to me. But enough questions. Save the temple, and you will be renowned among mortals and favored by gods.
You hear? But enough questions. She cut us off there. And appearances are everything. I think some people might disagree, but for God, I guess that is a theory, right? Can say they kind of feed on that kind of energy, if you want. Such matters are important to her. Opinion and belief. Appearances feed opinion and belief. Well. Kind of weird, right? She should be like more autonomous, more floating above things, right? Why does she need the support of her followers, of believers. But what we're going to say is not that, of course, but instead be very, very polite with sugar on top. You honor me, sacred lady.
The Moorborn penetrated the temple and opened a portal into oblivion. Even now, Daedra swarm within its hallowed halls. Such sacrilege must not stand.
What should I do?
Banish the Daedra that defile our temple. Defeat them, and then make your way to my altar. While you slay their minions, I shall determine what the Moorborn are really up to. Now go, and carry my divine rage with you.
Sure, everything is divine, right? So that's very human of her. She's not like omniscient. She knows everything. No, she needs to plan, take her time, erect defenses. That's pretty mundane and trivial in a way.
You sure?
Well, no, we had that one before. I wanted to click on goodbye. Alright. Let's go in here. Tribunal Temple. Yeah, there's also a description about the Tribunal Temple. Don't remember what it says there. I mean, you get the idea. The three living gods, Almalexia, Vivec, and Sotha Sil. It's a temple for them. You also get a completely different loading screen extra for this temple here. Alright, we need to close Daedric portals, and they are dangerous everywhere here. Strong ones as well. Powerful ones. I also love the Daedra names, by the way. Or categories. It's not like they have personal names, but it's like Narkinaz, Jamora Narkinaz, Jamora Kimgal. They also look interesting. Very, very evil, right? They got that V brow thing going. Those evil brows. War of the First Council, huh? Well. Not now. Let's see the layout of the temple. So, Tribunal, how fitting. We need to close 3 portals. I hate it when they push the camera to the wall. Will game designers ever find a solution for this problem? I mean, yeah, you get the first perspective, I guess, but I don't know. Usually, it kind of confuses the hell out of me. Do I still have buff food going? 15 minutes. Yeah, that's also a thing. They really, I mean, I like what they did on many things, but man, they're sometimes trying to milk us little players a bit too much, right? So most MMOs live from artificially giving you not enough inventory space. So this is why you need to get ESO Plus, right? Which I do have. But still, this is not a very subtle attempt, if you ask me, to force to force you to do that. And loot boxes in general, I'm not a fan at all. Yeah, crown crates. So this is, here we get the Sotha Sil vibe, drama, architecture. It's only in this corner of the temple. See? Ends here. I mean, we can use an ultimate, why not? Otherwise, it never gets used. Ugh, slow effect, I had it. And that's why I'm using it myself! Tomato. That's good for the more valuable recipes. It's a good ingredient. Right, so what we need to do now is pray at a certain altar. And this one is the right one. Almalexia's altar. That is a Daedric rune, but it is a bit different. Well, let's say there's a rune. Maybe not Daedric. But we will find the one we saw before, the classical Oblivion rune, on one of the other altars. And Sotha Sil's altar. For whatever reason. Milady!
I sense the temple is free of the Daedric incursion. We are well pleased. While you fought for my glory, I learned more about our foes.
Alright. Her head gets cut off because she desperately wants to float above us. What have you found out? Oh, I think the game has a disconnect. Okay.
I sense the temple is free of the Daedric incursion. We are well pleased. While you fought for my glory, I learned more about our foes.
What have you found out?
Magistrix Vox used Daedric magic to split the seams of the wards around the High Chapel. Then she opened an Oblivion gate to fill the temple with Daedra.
What can I do?
You need to get into the High Chapel. Vox managed to bypass the defenses, but its wards are still in place, drawing on the full power of the Tribunal. We must get you past those wards.
So it's so easy to like usurp the powers of a living god and take her powers or strengths. How do I get it?
Without the blessing of each of the three, no mortal may pass through the wards and enter the High Chapel. You have more than proven yourself to me. You have my blessing already.
Can I get in the same way Magistrix Vox did?
You would compound the sacrilege that has already been wrought upon our temple? No, that is unacceptable.
Ooh,
If you
excuse me, milady.
Blessings, or not at all.
How do I get the blessings of the other gods?
Go to the cloisters of Vivec and Sotha Sil. My companion gods are absent, but they left trials I can activate to grant their blessings. Pass the trials, and you will be blessed.
Alright. So we need to do two things here. And the Daedras are gone now. Daedra. Pray and get the blessing. Let's do that. Let's start with Sotha Sil. See, there's that tooth rune here, the Daedric one. I think there's a dot normally in here, right in here. So maybe it's not like the super evil Daedra rune. It's like more like a more grounded thing, like a more basic rune. Need to pass a trial, alright.
Sotha Sil values intelligence and ingenuity. He builds, he maintains. He is the master of his creations. He shall test these qualities in you.
How do I receive Sotha Sil's blessing?
Sotha Sil has devised a test that allows him to learn more about you each time you complete it. You are to repair one of his clockwork toys, and then break it.
I have to fix something just so I can destroy it?
All gears turn like the hurling disc. All artifice is ephemeral, and at times, parts are of more use than the whole. There. Divine wisdom. Does that satisfy you?
Alright. I'll take your divine wisdom. Thanks. Here you go. Take some divine wisdom with you. So we got 2 dwarven mechanisms. We got the Orbiter of Perfection here. God, let me say this. I failed so often with this quest, so hard to understand this. Like, every time I take a break and I forget it, and when I come back here, I think, how the hell did I do that? And in the end I'll just do it by trial and error. But there's a logic to it. So I was in doubt for a long time. Alright, so let's start here. The arbiter stands dormant. A loose panel slides open to reveal 5 empty sockets and 5 large pegs within its chest cavity. The panel bears a small but legible inscription. Let's read it. A master creates the perfect. That which sparks numbers the houses which built this temple. That which spins numbers my closest companions and myself. A master destroys the imperfect. That which threatens is rendered to its base components. Well, those quotation marks are definitely not perfect, right? Examine them. So, pegs look as though they could fit a large drummer gear. They could fit large drummer gears. There are no spare gears within the arbiter's chest cavity. Leave them alone. Same here. There are no dynamo cores fitted into the sockets. So what we need to do is get some dynamos and gears. We'll get them from these guys. So now we have a bunch of gears. Now we need dynamos. Oh, the target is out of range. Okay. There are 3. Those are 5. Alright, so let's look at that again. Which sparks? Those are the dynamos. The numbers is the same as the houses that built this temple. So we can find about houses by reading this conveniently placed book here. Great House Mottos. Annotate. So, to my son, blah blah blah, and then there come all the houses. House Veteran, so we have 1, House Indra, 2, Plalu 3. House Dress 4. Tavani 5. And here we can just read this sentence basically. You will likely not note the lack of an ascribed motto to the 6th house, the Shadow House, House Daggers. This is because that house is extinct, destroyed at the Battle of Red Mountain, after which the remaining houses built the temple to the Tribunal. So, without House Daggers, the 6th house, we have 5 houses that built the temple. And the other thing, his closest companions would be, of course, Vivec and Almalexia, and himself makes 3. So we have 3 gears and 5 sparkly houses. At 1 gear, this is a bit tedious. At another gear, 2, now we have 3. Take a look at the sockets. Add a dynamo core, sockets, 1 dynamo, 2 dynamo, 3 dynamo, 4 dynamos, and that's the 5th one, and this brings him to life. And now we have to destroy what we repaired, right? There you go. That's a blessing. Enigma of Sotha Sil. This is the voice that you will hear. I think it is the same voice actor than the rest, as in the rest of the game on Vardenfell, actually. Or Clockwork City. Actually, not just Clockwork City, but you get to meet Sotha Sil quite often. Also, Aracherum on Somerset Isles. On the Somerset Isles. Well, Aracherum is not on the Somerset Isles, but it's a DLC.
Your reason surpassed the Arbiter's trap. In doing so, you've revealed yourself to us. You do not fully comprehend. Such is your imperfection.
Excuse me, my lord. Are you Sotha Sil?
We are the imperfection of Sotha Sil, excised from his being, yet never truly apart. We measure the indulgence of inspiration against the necessities of progression.
Sure you do.
You will never know. You are not Sotha Sil.
Yeah, that I am not. Why did I have to destroy the Arbiter?
Perfection can never truly be attained. By testing one's constantly degrading mechanism against this unknowable goal, you reveal the imperfections of your own device. Can you accept this necessity?
Sure, divine insight and all that, right? Yes, I accept it.
For comprehending the necessity of imperfection, you have earned the blessing of Sotha Sil.
Alright. Find Vivec's cloister. Let's do that. Sorry. This tooth rune does look a bit different.
Vivec's trial will measure your clarity of judgment. He saw our blessed people through vexing times. His wisdom reveals the secrets others keep. So shall yours be put to the test.
Is that a must, by the way? Do you have to be floating? Or is that like a conscious choice? I wonder. Maybe she cannot turn it off. How do I receive Vivec's blessing?
Vivec's teachings often take the form of allegories and tales. His lessons are learned by listening and then acting. His challenge exemplifies that approach. You must listen, then act.
Tell me what I must do.
A temple worker named Varman dueled Belron Telvanni, slaying him before witnesses. But Varman was a loyal spy. To incite such discord was against his nature. As Vivec did, speak with Varman. Determine who truly slew the Telvanni.
So this is like a murder case. Who done it? Who did it? Again, something different from the usual quests. I think there are like 2 or 3 others, like in the whole game, but not many. But also, same as with the other quest, I really appreciate the effort, what they were trying to do, but I can't say I'm really happy with the outcome. You'll see in a second what I mean.
My lord Vivec, I bear the most grievous news. Belronan Telvanni challenged me to a duel of blood. I regret to say, I won. It was a small cut upon the arm, enough to settle the matter, but he fell dead.
Tell me of these troubles.
I was advising Tolnus and Galtza when the others arrived, Belronan full of anger, Fenila a sneer on her lips, and Morami resigned to what came next. Belronan claimed I'd interfered in his affairs. He insisted I knew what he meant.
Had you given him a reason to be correct?
Of course not. I told him so, but he claimed it a lie and challenged me to a first blood duel. Then everything turned to death. My blade ended his life and directly caused his turmoil. I willingly submit to your judgment, Lord Vivec.
Your hands guided another's plot? None can blame you? You were maneuvered into a duel which you failed to lose. His blood stains your hands. Investigate the scene. Which I cannot do yet. We have to decide this first.
Your word is unquestioned. I am here to command. Though my blow caused Belronan's death, it was set in motion by another hand. I will aid you in discovering the source of this duel, if you will it.
As you say, when...
Your word is unquestioned.
Wait. Oh. Let's examine the dead body. Belronan Telvanni's... So that changed suddenly. There wasn't an option to decide. Belronan Telvanni's corpse remains where it fell in the duel. That is also the thing that confuses me about the quest, to be honest. The only wound he bears is a tiny cut on his arm. There's a crumpled note tucked into his belt. Examine the note. The crumpled note threatens to bring Belronan's heretical trade in Daedric relics to the attention of the tribunal if Telvanni does not pay. Extortion. Alright. The letter is signed V, as in his name, Raymond, or what it was, but bears no other distinguishing marks. Meditate upon the duality of deception. Alright. Ah, that's what I was looking for. Vanilla Redoran, Morami Hilalu, Taldos Indro, Galsta Dress. So we have all the different houses represented, and the Telvanni is dead. 5 houses. Alright, let's talk to Morami first.
A tragedy, Lord Vivec. Belronan's death in the temple brings great shame to his house. I had thought reasoned words could dissuade him from the duel. Such temper is common to House Telvanni, but it's not my place to question their reliability.
Few could doubt your artless certainty. Alright. Artless certainty. That's an interesting insult.
Lord Vivec, Varman should be dead on the floor. Belronan wouldn't share the note that Temple Netch sent his way, but assured me its contents were vile. One sworn to the temple, quibbling over coin. You should kill him yourself, my lord.
Well, Vivec is a warrior poet after all, right? Varman should be dead on the floor. Wouldn't share the note. But assured me its content worthwhile. You could say that. Once sworn to the temple quibbling over coin, you should kill him yourself, my lord. Well, she doesn't really know what's going on. You desire Vaemon's death? Let none doubt your abundance of candor. The final sentence is always like an insult. Somewhat veiled insult, but not much.
Fenila lent Belronen her blade before the duel. I insisted Varman and Belronen swap weapons. You would think she was Ash Mountain the way she fumed.
Oh, that is interesting, isn't it? Fenila lent Belronen her blade. So I insisted Vaemon and Belronen swap weapons. Normally Vaemon should be dead then. Fenila gets upset about that. Fenila's blade killed Belronen. Your words illuminate more than just your pettiness. He seems to have fun insulting people. Understandable. So who was your blade that was poisoned? Radaran.
Lord Vivec, I was here when Belronen issued his challenge. He would still live if not for Fenila. She stoked the Telvanni's rage, urging him not to back away from an insult to his honor. She called herself his friend. Curious way to show it.
Fenila urged the duel to happen? Curious, as you say. Wow, not an insult this time. Investigate the scene. Uncover the traitor. Belronen Telvanni's corpse remains where it fell in the duel. The only wound he bears is a tiny cut on his arms. Get the note.
A tragedy, Lord Vivec. Belronen's death in the temple brings great shame to his house. I had thought reasoned words could dissuade him from the duel.
But not this. You sold Fenila poison,
House Telvanni,
which killed Belronen. Why?
Of course I sold her poison. As your keen eye no doubt realized, the writing on Varman's note to Belronen was my own. He sold forbidden relics, so I gave him the tools to shame himself and his house. I'm delighted he took me up on it.
Ah, that is interesting, isn't it? So she sold the poison, and she wanted someone to die. Well, Vaemon. And she tried to bring Belronen to kill Vaemon. He sold forbidden relics. I mean, it is a reason, I guess, but a very indirect way of bringing justice. And a very, not law-abiding way, I guess. He sold forbidden relics, gave him tools to shame himself and his house. Delighted took me. Your action led to Belronen's death.
I did nothing but provide opportunity for a heretic to destroy himself. The act of dueling anyone within the temple would undo him. It's only fitting the Fetcher did so with the tools I presented, and with such finality.
Apparently that's not what happened, though. Because the blades got switched. You lost control of your attempt to discredit Belronen. You bear the most blame for his death. Yeah, definitely. I must reflect upon your words before rendering my decision. I mean, we can talk to Radaran as well.
Lord Vivec, Varman should be dead on the floor. Belronen wouldn't share the note that Temple Netch sent his way, but
Vaemon killed Belronen with your blade. A single nick and he died. Why?
Morami sold me poison yesterday. I'd planned to hunt cliff racers next week, but decided this was a better way to get rid of vermin, so I poisoned the blade. Belronen should never have traded weapons. Worse, he should never have lost to Varman.
Right. And now I have to decide who bears the most blame, right? Let's go with Morami.
I did nothing but provide opportunity for a heretic to destroy himself.
You bear the most blame for his death.
You walked in our skin and wrought our judgment. You exposed the lie at the core of all truth. This may be lost on you. It does not matter.
Are you Vivec?
We are echoes of Vivec. Nothing more. All things less. We recall the wisdom of his judgment, which differed from your own. You could not know. You are not Vivec.
Who did Vivec chose? And here comes the part which always leaves me unsatisfied.
Both. Neither. We rewarded Fenila for her cunning, yet House Redoran suffered for poisoning a Telvanni in another's duel. We flayed Morami for her actions, yet elevated House Hlalu for its actions in exposing a heretic.
Yeah, well,
Accept this truth.
I guess everyone got a little fun out of it then. Yes, I accept it. Your Majesty.
Through your wisdom and judgment, you have earned Vivec's favor. Receive our blessing.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I appreciate the whole whodunit thing, but I kind of prefer like a clear solution, I guess.
You're too late. Fox has the art.
Oh no. And this is also a teeny bit annoying. You really gotta be quick here. And you cannot use a horse. Turn off those wards here. Relics. Activate them. Oh no, I gotta run through the center, I think. Nope, I did it in time. You really have to use run though. Use the stamina. Deplete your stamina, otherwise you're not getting there in time. Love the freeze. Yes. Another one dies. Clap, clap. Oh, well, we'll look at the skill points later. Yeah, that's basically the quest. I mean, it is interesting in lots of ways, right? It's many things, the background and everything. But also it has some points where I really struggle. Both the Sotha Sil and the Vivec thing, like I explained. But it is different. You gotta acknowledge that. Different from most of the rest of the game. Alright, let's hear what our sweet sacred lady has to say. Yeah, I don't know. OBS is cutting off the edge of the screen a bit recently, or rather, I guess I didn't. I didn't do it right at some point. Anyway, it just does it. So doesn't help that she's floating around now. That might cut off even more of her head, if not all of her head, while she's in the dialogue situation. And I gotta say, all three of the living gods, they all have some arrogant vibes surrounding them, right?
I felt a burst of power from the temple and ventured within, fearing the worst. But you've prevailed. What have you discovered?
I'm sure you could have done it just as good as I did. The Morborn sacrificed their own troops so that Vox could escape with the judgment of Velos.
I will discover
we
what
get the
powers
ordinate,
the judgment of Veloth possesses and why Vox has stolen it. In the meantime, you must pursue Magistrix Vox. For your heroism and service this day, I name you a Hand of Almalexia. Go with my blessing upon you.
Well, I should get the full outfit then, though, right? If I'm a hand now. But it's good that you get a skill point for this
As
quest.
Vox fled Mournhold, she went east. With the recent troubles, the Ordinators are on high alert. One of them saw her headed that way.
Alright, so this is the next quest then already. Then I'll head east.
To the east of Mournhold lies Selphora, a quiet village known for its independent spirit. Vox almost certainly passed through there. Start your search in Selphora.
Of course, Your Highness. I'm on my way. Loves the Ordinator, gotta say. Just looks cool. Alright. Doesn't really fit with the rest of the clockwork outfit though. Oh well. The colors do match though. Kinda. Sorta. Not really. Too bad I cannot mix it with the Mage Guild costume. Anyway, getting distracted here. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.